So, morning, and thank you for being here this morning also. Last day of the workshop. Short overview of what we're going to do today is that in half an hour, Mr. Tawit from BdREN, CEO of BdREN, we're going to join him on a meeting. He's going to give a short overview presentation of the details of the project so far. After that, I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm going to talk about how to set up webinars and the user scenarios, and we can have a discussion around that. Then then we will probably go into. That will probably just be after the morning tea. We will be done with that, and then I will go into LMS system. And I know you've already seen the up-to-you ecosystem that we're planning to do something with. So I'm going to go through that system, and that will probably take the rest of the day and discussions around that. And then we will end the day with the evening tea. And then I will head off to the airport. So if you have any questions for me, because I will be leaving rather soon when we finish, so if you have any questions for me, please do it during the day. Grab me in the breaks or whatever. So what I would start the morning with, before we go into two long talks, before we have the meeting with Tawit. One of the things that I'm trying to get my guys to port is this. So I know it's a little hard to see what's up on the screen, but this is actually, we set up a monitoring for our on-prem system. And what you see out there listed is all the sub-accounts. So that's each university. If I zoom in on the screen, it might be a little more visible, right? The resolution is very low. High. So you actually see the count. So that's the concurrent. So what we're doing, we're tracking each connection from each client to the server on the server side and displayed here. So we can see how many connections they have to our servers at any given time. So if you're adminning this or if you're monitoring this, it gives you a good overview. When will they kill my servers, right? The thing is with this system is that it's actually very easy if you have a server. We're also monitoring the CPU load and stuff like that on the servers. But if you just monitor this and you see, okay, I know I can handle about 500 concurrent connections on my server with the concurrent thing, and you're running a VMware, it's very easy to deploy a couple of more cores, right? And then you lift up your threshold, so you have an idea, so you can manage your cores on your virtual platform here by monitoring this also. And I have one of my guys in the back, and he's sitting and he's doing another calculation towards the total CPU load. But I cannot, it's internal NORDUnet thing, so I cannot access this. This is public. But what I'm saying is that this is something that you can also install on if you set up an on-prem thing. So we are using, it just takes some more things, because this is a Grafana that most of you would use in your NOC to whatever monitoring thing, to display monitor thing. And underneath there's an influx database, which most of you also know and have already in place. So it's just a plugin on the Zoom server that we have been deployed that grabs the information from the Zoom server, send it to the influx database, and being displayed on the on Grafana. So it's not magic, it just takes some work. And we're trying to create more monitoring tools that are not, because I told you there are the ones in Zoom, but they are, the status you get from Zoom is always some hours late. It used to be 24 hours, I think it's between 4 and 12 hours, depending on what data you're looking at within the Zoom interface. That's how late it is. So when somebody ends a meeting, it doesn't pop up right away in your status. You have to wait to the next date so you can see that meeting in your call log. But here that's a live view of what's going on.
Zoom, they provide
And what I'm saying is that we already developed it, so there's no need for you to read through the API documentation. We will happily send you stuff like this. So that was just on the monitoring side of Zoom. Why we're doing this and putting it public is because all the institutions, they want to see their current status, what they're using. So we instead of just giving each institution their own thing, we made it one big, and they can then choose. And now what they're doing is they're comparing. Oh, this university is using more than I am. We have to use it more. So it kind of drives the uptake of the whole platform, of the whole service. So it's a little bit cheating, but it's a good way to get uptake much faster.
So each university they see the same.
Each university have this link, and you can click on one individual university, and they can only see themselves. But when you open this web page, you see everything, and then you see, oh, why am I number? We need to use it more. Yeah. And you see the spikes. It's like 2.5K concurrent connections every day or more. So it's they are using it a lot. And I can tell you, when we're talking about support, we receive less than one support request on Zoom a day with all these users. Less than one. Of course, we also, the IT department on the university is also the first level where a student but often it's something with the microphone and the camera. And you would have that request with all the tools that you're using, right? That you have Skype open, so you can't use the camera and the other application, something like that. But coming into us, to NORDUnet service desk, is less than one a day. I think we have an average of 3 a week requests coming in. And I think that half of them are actually user related. And then the other half is actually bugs or whatever we need to report back to Zoom to get fixed. So this, when I talk to the IT departments on the universities, I see that a lot of the pain of running services has been taken away from them, because there's a lot less, much less support by running this setup. And I'm saying it again, it is so easy. Let me see what, if he came back to me. No, not yet. Is it you guys connecting to my meeting room? What? Sorry, are you connecting to my meeting room? Nobody's playing around with Zoom? Let me connect and see if there's somebody in there.
So normally when you create a meeting room, you don't put the passwords on.
No. Did we lock the door? No. It's the same thing, right? It's comparable to this to a physical meeting room. It's not secret what we're saying, right? I know that I see you. It was just my meeting ID he's in. But I asked Tawit to send me details so we can use the BdREN system. But you feel free to join my meeting, it's not a problem.
But actually we can put the password on so that we can...
Yeah, you can put a password on. Because you could have things where you don't want people. Or what I did as an NREN, we were in a tender situation, and we had 9 or 10 different vendors, and we had a call with them every half hour. And So we set a password on the meeting room. So when we were talking to one vendor, the other ones could not come into the room because that was kind of, you don't want to. But normally I would say we don't mind. In a meeting like this, we would not put a password on, right? Because if somebody comes in, they can hear what we're talking about.
And can I use the same account to join multiple meeting room at the same time?
No. So this is a new feature I showed you yesterday, or I just discovered yesterday, is that normally I say no, you can't be a host in 2 meetings, but I found a feature now, yesterday, or the day before yesterday, that you can be a host in 2 rooms, not multiple, 2.
Actually, not necessary to be the host, but participant, to be like participants of multiple meetings.
Yeah, but the thing is, the client, what the client does is, if you try to connect to another meeting room, the client says, disconnecting. Do you want to disconnect this meeting you're in? So it's not, I haven't seen it working yet. What I'm going to do, or what I actually did last night, I sent an email to my guys saying, can you test out this feature for me to see what it's like? But I haven't got any feedback yet because apparently they're sleeping, and I don't know why. I pay them money, so they shouldn't be sleeping, no. So I don't know what this feature really can do, but I saw a feature that you could be in multiple meetings, and I haven't tested it yet. But this is actually a request that are coming from a lot of teachers with the multiple room, and also be able to host 2 rooms, because you could have multiple classes and they can overlap because there's a discussion going on and you don't want to end it. So it is a thing, and we do need to consider it. I'm just checking my emails all the time because I asked Tawit to send me an invite so we can connect to his room, if he wants to. Somebody's in Zoom. It's good.
Actually, it tries using the same account but different devices.
Yeah, on the phone, yeah. But the thing is, because I also have another laptop, and if I take the 3rd device, one of the 2 others logs out.
Oh, yeah.
So you cannot have 3 devices.
2 devices are permitted
Yeah, you can have a phone
and mobile.
and a computer.
But
But I also have Zoom on my Windows laptop, and every time I open that, it logs in automatically, and it logs one of the other ones out. Ding, 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 ding. That's good. No, but the only way to learn the limitations of the system is just keep on hitting it as hard as you can. I mean, I know that everybody just wants something to work, but that's not real life. And also, it's important that you do this a lot, what you do, because when you're in the meeting, as I said yesterday, with a lot of participants, I mean, you need to be relaxed and feel comfortable with being in that room. And don't be afraid of the software around you, right? I did a webinar where I learned that with the webinars, talking about webinars, I learned that when you do a webinar, so I had 2 computers. So I had one that was I invited as a presenter, which was myself, and then I had another computer who was the admin, which also was myself. If you're doing a webinar where you have to talk, it's not impossible to do both of them, because you cannot switch the slides, look at the camera while you're managing people coming into the room. It's impossible. It was a really, really bad webinar I had.
now we can find 3 devices. He's using my computer with the same account ID, and he's using his own mobile and then computer. So 3 accounts, 3 devices with the same account to join.
Okay.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
There is no limitation.
This is new for you.
It is new for me. No, because you saw yesterday what happened when I opened my Windows computer. The other one got locked out. But
You can try.
no, but that's good.
Let me try another one.
Testing the limit. Yes, sorry.
I think the limit is on the host only.
The limit is on the host. Yeah, there could be the limit is on the host, and I'm the host of that room, even though I'm not in it. But I just allow everybody to use my room. Come on, Tawit. So, in the Zoom client, you see now I set it to gallery view, so it will be one talking head of each person that joins the meeting. It takes up to 48. So when there are 48 participants, they become quite small. And then we show 48 on one screen. But normally you won't have that many people in a call anyway, so. I have a couple of more devices. Should I bring them?
This is the fourth one. Okay. So,
It still connects?
Yeah, 4 people. Yes. 4 people. 4 people. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
we are using 4 devices.
With the same. So as Bhutan said, the limitation is on the host. So if I try to do it, it will die for every one of you. Okay. So you don't, if you want to do that, you don't be the host. Yeah, there's a delay. That's true. But the thing is, normally when you have a video conferencing, you don't look at another computer. You only look at your own screen, and you don't have a delay because you don't see the delay I see. So normally you would not care about the delay.
Who is this intro gains?
Who it is? I don't know.
Means here I can see.
Here,
You.
Bhutan.
So where are you there?
I'm there.
No,
I'm not there.
and that's why you are not here. But there your name should actually appear.
I probably set it to hide. There is a setting.
16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 6.
Yeah, but there is a feature in the settings where you can hide non-video participants. So actually, what happens is that what you can't see on this, but that's important for you. This is that up here. Let me magnify this. It can't. But this one up here says that I have 2 non-video participants and who they are. Up here, you see I click here? Yeah. So that's because I used a setting that says hide non-video participants. But in a classroom, this could be important for you because if you set that feature on, and you don't notice that little bar up there, there could be people in the room that you don't want in the room. Right? But there is about the delay on video. So there is a trick with this, or there is a rule of thumb. If the video feedback you are getting of yourself or of the other people is more than 20 milliseconds, your brain starts noticing. As long as the video the feedback is less than 20 milliseconds, your brain has a magic way of saying, I don't care. So 20, rule of thumb is, but I think that actually they did some testing in a university in the US with some boys that have been gaming, you know, playing all these computer games, and their response time were down to 13 milliseconds instead of 20 milliseconds. But for me, it's maybe 30 milliseconds. I'm old, right? So I'm not that fast. But the guys that play really video are much the brain are accepting, or their threshold is much lower. So from 20 to 30 milliseconds, that's actually a lot, just playing computer. Quite interesting. So playing computer is not all bad. And he is sending me an invite. And in 9 minutes, it will be 10:30 in Dhaka, right? I'm looking at you guys now, because you're better with Bangladesh time than I am. Yeah. So I will disconnect you soon, and then I will connect to Mr. Tawit's room. Yeah, you can. Oh, you're on the mobile phone also, yeah. But actually, this guy here, yesterday he did everything on his mobile phone. Yeah, all the same features you have on your laptop, more or less, he did everything on his mobile. So you don't need to have a laptop, right? You,
I don't know.
no, but you prove now that you can invite people, you can start your lecture, you can whatever, you can do everything. You don't need your laptop. Maybe it's nicer to have the laptop, but it's not necessarily necessary to have it. And also it proves that your students have no excuse for not listening to you. Even though if they have to go to the toilet, they can just... But please tell them to turn off their video. Okay, I give you 6 more minutes or 5 more minutes to play in. It's okay. It's okay. It's important. Did you customize your page more, or did you just put the logo on?
Just put the logo. I have my logo.
Okay. So it's called Learn.
Next thing is I want to configure the single sign-on.
Yeah. So you have a federation already.
Yeah, we are building up. We have some 2 institutes connected.
Okay.
So that is the first challenge I know. Then the second challenge is going to be awareness.
Okay. Be sure to check the documentation on the Zoom website about the single sign-on feature or the SAML feature, because you can actually have multiple ways to sign in. So you can have you can leave Google sign-on also open while you have your SAML configuration. Because in the old days it was like if you switch to SAML, only SAML, no other ways to log in. But now you can also use either direct login or Google login and SAML login at the same time.
Admin can set up all things if they need.
Yeah. So, but read the documentation so you're sure how to set it up.
Actually, the federation stuff we started recently, so we want to find out some sort of killer app for people to implement federation.
This one.
So I'm doing.
Also because, I mean, all this video thing is really hot these days, right? Yeah.
I'm not going to give any other method to log in. They have to come to the federation. So I'm going to have a couple of programs.
Okay, yeah.
Programs,
Yeah.
workshop, kind of the workshop for engineers to set up
Yeah.
the Zoom admin, whatever the federation stuff. We have already done the federation workshops.
Yeah.
So then you get the user, teachers to come and
But what I actually, I also talked to Dinish, and I'm hosting in NORDUnet, I'm hosting for all the Nordic universities a workshop on the 8th and 9th of May on Zoom. And until now, I did not think about actually broadcasting it on Zoom because it was a face-to-face workshop. But I'm thinking about doing it now, and then I will invite all your entrants. So you can, because it will be in English, because I have Finnish people there and they have a strange language that we don't speak, so it has to be in English, right? So I will send out the invite to all of you guys so you can actually spread the news and maybe have institutions or whatever connecting, because there will be presentations of use cases from different organizations in the Nordics, how they've been using the system. So it could be a boost for some of them, I don't know. Okay, let me try to connect to Mr. Tawit's room. I'm gonna throw you out of this room now, is that okay? Bye. Hey guys. Oh, sorry. Hey. Let me. I'm just gonna turn the my laptop around, so you can actually see who's here. Because they can all see you now. Okay. This one is on. Let me see what happens now. I'm gonna do the. Every AV guy is going to kill me now. Sorry.
They could join from their own laptop.
Okay?
I am okay.
You're okay, okay. And now people also can hear you in the room.
That's great.
Can you hear?
You can hear and you can see me? Hello, Arifin, শুনতে পান?
Yep, they can all hear and see you.
Okay, but they are not responding.
Oh, they are, but they are not. That's because they don't have a microphone, so they are not that as loud as I am.
All muted.
No,
Okay,
no,
I can
they are not.
see.
They're all quiet. They've been listening to me for 2 days. Come on, they're
Okay,
tired
I
now.
I can listen only Eddie and I can see everybody.
Yeah, you can see everybody. Good. But I will try to. If there's any questions or anything, ToT, I will repeat the questions so you can hear them.
Okay, that will be great. So can we introduce ourselves first? That will be better for me to get an idea about the audience.
Okay, I will do that.
So let me introduce myself first.
Yes.
So I am Mohammad Taurit. I am working as Chief Executive Officer of Bangladesh Research and Education Network, and I am the principal investigator for this facilitating distance learning using digital conferencing facility project. So can you please introduce yourself?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Senavi Herat, Network Manager.
No, please be seated. Be seated. Don't be.
Thank you.
formal.
I'm Senavi
It's
Herat.
video meeting.
Yeah,
We
I'm
can
Senavi
be
Herat, Network Manager from LEARN, Sri Lanka.
Hello, I am also from LEARN. My name is Dhammika Lalantha.
Can you raise your voice?
Hello, my name is Dhammika Lalantha. I work for LEARN, and I work as a network and system engineer.
Hello, my name is Kenji Wilson and I'm from Bhutan. I work in one of the Constitute College of Royal University of Bhutan. Thank you.
Hello sir, my name is Sonam Jamso. I am from Bhutan and I work for Royal University of Bhutan. Thank you.
Okay, this is the first time I could hear something. That this guy is from Bhutan.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Can you hear clearly?
So, Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka, great.
Sri Lanka here?
Yes, I can understand.
Bhutan
Bhutan, okay.
and Bhutan.
Bhutan.
And you know this guy?
Yes, yes, I know him, I know him.
Hi, Sharampol from
Charan
Thailand.
Paul, if I could pronounce correctly.
Nice to
And
see
if
you.
not, please forgive me. It's very hard to pronounce.
Yeah, he has the hardest noun to pronounce of all of them.
Hello, my name is Natanakit Panisathaporn from Thailand. I work.
Okay, okay.
I work network
Next.
and system engineer. Yeah.
Good morning. I am Dr. Syed Mohammad Galib from Joshua University in
Assalamu
Science and
alaikum, sir.
Technology. Bhalo achen? Sorry, I speak Bangla here again. আমি ভাইকে তো চিনি আপনার সাথে
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. I am Professor Kamrul Hassan Talukdar from Khulna University of Bangladesh.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalam, sir. ভালো আছেন?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
আমরা
thank
তো
you.
ভালো, sir.
Thank you.
আপনারা safe আছেন, এটা দেখতে ভালো লাগছে।
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I am Babul Islam from Rajshahi University.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Islam. জি ভালো আছেন?
জি, sir.
Okay,
You are
thank you.
safe.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm feeling better.
Yeah, thank you.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার, আমি আরফিন, ম্যানেজার ডাটা সেন্টার ফ্রম BdREN।
কি অবস্থা? ট্রেনিং কেমন হচ্ছে?
স্যার ট্রেনিং তো ভালো হচ্ছে, রাস্তা সিকিউর না স্যার, প্রতিদিন থ্রেট খাচ্ছি লোকাল লোকজনের কাছ থেকে। আজকেও খাইছি, গালি খাইছি।
যাক সুস্থ মতে বাড়ি ফিরে আসেন, তাহলে বলবো যে এটা সাকসেসফুল।
জি স্যার।
Sorry, I am speaking in my native language with my native people because that is easier for me to express my emotion and feelings. Sorry for that.
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
Hello, assalamu alaikum, sir. I'm Sajid. I'm working for BdREN. I'm senior network engineer.
ঠিক আছে, আপনারা আমি চিনি, আপনার পরিচয় দিতে হবে না।
Hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Good morning.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Pramod Nyacho. I am from Nepal.
You're from Nepal.
Yes.
Great.
I work in Municipal Association of Nepal. It's an umbrella organization of municipality. I work there as an information and networking coordinator. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Then Mr. Niranjan.
Hello, I am Niranjan Prajwali. I work in Nepal Research and Education Network, NORDUnet. Thank you.
I know you. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Okay, great. So, participants from Philippines is missing, right?
Yes, correct.
They couldn't make it, or they didn't try to make it.
I think there were multiple issues, but they also had an earthquake on the Philippines, a pretty heavy earthquake on the Sunday.
Okay.
So I think there was multiple reasons why they did not join.
Is there anyone from Dinesh is there?
From whom?
Dinesh?
Dinesh is not here at the moment. He's been here all the time.
Okay. And Roshan is not there, right?
No, Roshan was here yesterday, but he had to leave because he had to go back to Learn office.
Okay. So I can start. Am I clear to you? Your voice is very, very disruptive for me.
Yes, I know. That's because if you could see the setup here, you would be on a laptop on a speaker stand with a microphone put into the computer.
Okay. So couldn't they join from their laptop?
Yeah, participants. Yeah, you can join the meeting. You need the meeting ID.
I'm not forcing them to join from their laptop. But
Yeah.
Okay. If I am clear to them, I don't have any problem. And if you work as a repeater or amplifier,
It's clear. They say it's clear. I think Mr. Tawit, he's freezing now. If any of you wants to join the meeting, this is the meeting ID. 876-639-048. Yeah. I'm not going to put in my password when you're in the room.
Eric, you are there?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why some sort of disruption was there. So should I start?
You can start now, and you have all the participants in the room, or more or less.
Okay, so everybody can hear me, right?
Everybody can hear you, and I'm going to mute my microphone so there won't be any disruptions in the audio.
Okay, great. So, good morning, everybody, and let me first check whether I can share my presentation. So can you see my presentation?
Yes.
That's great. So let us start the meeting, and let me first express my deep condolence for the victims and for the bereaved families due to the terrorist and militant attack. And I should express my deep gratitude and thanks to Roshan and Dinesh for arranging the workshop and being calm. Also to Eric, the instructor who was ready to leave the day before the training was supposed to start, and I requested him and he could pursue his NORDUnet CEO, Rene Bach, that he could stay, he should stay for the sake of the training to be conducted. And thanks to all the participants, you have taken the risk and you have joined the training. I hope you will have a safe stay and will have a safe return journey back home. And I'm here, I don't have many things to present. Actually, I want to make you informed about the objectives of this project, because probably you are listening from Eric about the facilities that the software, that the Zoom software can provide you, but you should, at the end, Zoom will not do anything if we can't make it workable for our purpose or functional for our purpose. So what is the objectives of the project? That you should know. So for that, I will give you a brief presentation. I have few slides. And to start with, the project in brief. This is in full, the project is facilitating distance learning using digital conferencing facility. And the total budget is 196,000 euro. The duration will be for 18 months. It has started on September 2018 and it will finish on April 2020. And the principal investigator is BdREN and co-investigator is NORDUnet. NORDUnet is providing us all sort of technical support, and also they have provided the Zoom software and also the Zoom platform, which has already been installed in our data center. And these are the beneficiary entrants: Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Philippines, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. What are the activities in this project? The activities are, there are some procurement of end devices. I know you are very much concerned about this procurement issue. I will show you the status. Then installation and commissioning, installation of the software, installation of the hardware, and also building the website. So all activities will be under this installation and commissioning activity. Then there will be 5 workshops and training programs. There will be 3 DigiNars, we call it digital seminars, and there will be 4 distance learning and education courses, we call it DLE courses. And this is the project office, me as principal investigator. Sorry for this spelling, there is some, it should be corrected. And this is MD Jahidul Islam. He is also there as an audience. He is the administrative manager. And Mr. Ibrahim Khandakar, he is the support executive. So the office is running at BdREN office at University Grants Commission building in Dhaka, Bangladesh. First, you have already been informed that there are 5 workshops or training programs under this project. The first activity, that was kickoff meeting. The venue was Bangkok, Thailand. Thanks again to Chalaram Paul. He organized that program, and we owe a lot to him because it was a very, very successful program. Probably date I have mistakenly put the date. The date was 25th to 27th September 2018. It was a 3-day workshop. There were 18 participants, 10 from Thailand, 4 from BdREN, and 4 from 4 participating entrants. And next one, the one that is being conducted at the moment, it is TTT1 workshop, Train the Trainer program. It is being organized by BdREN and hosted by Sri Lanka Learn. And you are the participants, so you know better than me how this workshop is going on. And the third one will be at Dhaka, and that will be a little bit on evaluation of the system. That means before that evaluation program, we shall have 1 digital seminar and 1 distance learning course. So based on the outcome and satisfaction level of those 2 courses, or 1 course and 1 seminar, we shall have an evaluation program, and that will be held in Dhaka. It will be 2 days program, and the date is yet to be confirmed. It will be sometime end of August. Then the activity number 11, it is the second Train the Trainer program. The venue is Philippines. Although Philippines is yet to confirm the venue. If Philippines doesn't confirm it, probably we have to change it. And it will be held in December. It will be also a 3-day program. And the last workshop will be the sensitizing and knowledge sharing workshop. It will be the last month of the project. That means all 3 seminars and 4 courses. The outcome of 3 seminars and 4 courses will be evaluated during this workshop. And you can see the list of participants. The participants from many different entrants. NORDUnet will be there, Giant will be there, even Internet 2 will be there. We want to show what we have done, and we want to hear from them what we could do better. So that's all about workshop and training under this project. Regarding digital seminars, we have finalized the topics. The first one will be the sustainability of NREN. Mainly, we shall focus on financial sustainability. The scheduled date is June 26, 27, 2019. Then the next one will be in October 30 and 31st, and we shall talk about federated identity, EduRoam and federated identity. And the last one will be on innovative services and applications, by which we can create some competitive advantage over ISP. Most of the time we have to face our clients and we have to defend ourselves that we are better than an ISP. So how we are better? Actually connectivity doesn't matter. Connectivity is being provided by ISP also. So we think we are better in terms of services, in terms of applications, in terms of contents. So in that very seminar, we shall invite those people or people from those entrants who have established services and applications which are benefiting their clients. So they will share their experience, and the beneficiary countries or any of the entrants will listen to them and will try to customize their services and applications accordingly. So I will request all participating entrants to provide resource persons for these seminars. I will detail the seminars later. Then the DLE courses, there will be 4 DLE courses, one on cyber security, one on ethical hacking, one on practical cryptography, and the last one will be on software-defined networking. So the first one will be 4 weeks course on cyber security. This will be held in July, and it is not that far actually. So we are taking our preparation, we are preparing the contents, and once the contents are prepared, we shall share the contents with all entrants so that they can propose their resource person if they have any. Otherwise, we have to manage it from somewhere else. Then the project updates in terms of procurement of end devices. The RFQ for BdREN procurement has been approved, and the RFQ for beneficiary countries, probably it has been approved. This morning I communicated with Mr. S.G. Kim of 10-Star CC, and he told me that he missed the email I sent to him with the RFQ for the beneficiary countries. Probably he will get back to me by this afternoon, and once the RFQ is approved, I am going to share it by tomorrow with the all beneficiary countries. Then the responsibility of the beneficiary countries will be to collect the quotations. It is there, what is the responsibility in another slide, so I am just skipping it here. Then development of web portal, the RFQ is approved, and we are in the process of hiring a software firm. The kickoff meeting, we all know that it was held in Thailand, Bangkok, in the month of September. First TTT1 workshop, it is ongoing. Then installation and testing of Zoom platform. Eric came here and he installed the platform with the help of our experts and our network engineers. So it is done, the meeting. Now we are participating in the meeting from the Zoom platform that has been installed in the BdREN data center. Right, Eric?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Then creation of Zoom sub accounts. 4 accounts already created. BT Bhutan account is under provisioning. I don't know about Philippines because probably we didn't get any response from Philippines as of now. So what is the advantage of creating Zoom sub accounts? Probably you know that. Eric has already explained it. Right, Eric?
That is correct, Tawhid.
Right. Okay, we have brought some changes in the procurement of hardware specification to meet our budget. So you can see that previous specification next was set. So we had changed it to Core i5 because we couldn't meet the budget. If you can, in your country, we have no objection. You can go ahead with Core i7. And we have to reduce the number of RAMs from 16 GB to 8 GB. Laptop, same goes with laptop. We didn't make any changes in RAM. We only changed the processor and the hard disk. From solid state device, we had to go down a little bit from the performance point of view, And we are now mentioning only 1 terabyte hard disk drive. It can be SAS or it can be anything else. The iPad, we can meet the budget with the specification. So we can go ahead with the specification we proposed or we finalized during the kickoff meeting in Bangkok. Same goes with Android phone. For iPhone, now we are going with iPhone 7 and with 32 GB RAM to meet our budget. So the previous target was March 2019 and the revised target is now May 2019. So for this, I am taking the responsibility because we started the process a little bit, that was a little bit delayed start, but TEIN CC also took too much time to approve the spec because Mr. Kim was very busy. So we jointly take the responsibility and we understand the frustration from the party representatives of participating entrants, but hopefully we can now meet our target. We can do it by May 2019. So this is the responsibility I was talking about. So preparing specification, it is done. Approval of RFQ, it is almost done. Probably by this afternoon, I will get the confirmation from TEIN CC about the RFQ of beneficiary countries. Then our responsibility will start actually, the responsibility of participating entrants, because you have to float the RFQs and you have to collect the quotations. And once the quotations are collected, you have to share the quotations with TEIN CC. TEIN CC will evaluate the quotations and you might need to assist TEIN CC to evaluate the quotation. And the purchase order will be issued by TEIN CC. Then once the goods are delivered, TEIN CC will make the payment subject to delivery confirmation from the goods receiving entrants. So you have responsibility in collecting quotations, in assisting in evaluating quotations, and making the delivery confirmation. Then procurement and installation of software, the learning management software that was supposed to be provided by NORDUnet. Mr. Eric, I have put it in red color. Do you understand?
I understand, Mr. Sarit.
Okay, so I don't need to mention anything else.
No, we actually going to have a session about the LMS system after we're done here.
Okay, great. And the Zoom is already installed with 1000 concurrent user license. And the integration between LMS and Zoom, once LMS is installed, then we have to do the integration. And I think it's a joint responsibility of BdREN and NORDUnet. Right, Eric?
That is so true.
Okay, great. And the infrastructure hosting is BdREN's responsibility. So Eric will get a virtual machine from my side in which he is going to put the LMS, and the infrastructure for the Zoom platform is already installed in our data center. So Zoom is already installed, and the revised target date for LMS, I have fixed it as 15 May 2019. Then installation of software, the web portal that we have floated the RFQ and we are talking with the vendors. Probably at the end of this month, we can show you something, and by 15th May, we are going to launch the full-fledged website for this project. Okay, regarding the responsibility for the digital seminars, for the participating entrants, we will be pleased if you can come up with resource person, because there will be, I will show you, there will be 12 sessions for each digital seminar, and we encourage you or we invite you to come up with your presentations, and each presentation will be of 45 minutes duration. So it will be great if all the beneficiary countries, they can come up with their presentation. And you can see the role of BdREN. We will prepare the format, because last time we arranged the workshop on sustainability of BdREN. Mr. Chalaram Paul was here, and we were not that much pleased with the presentations given by the presenters, because sometimes they were going waywards. So this time we want to make it little bit concrete, because after this digital seminar, although it is not part of the project, it is in my mind that I am going to make a proceedings so that TEIN or any other NREN can get benefit out of the outcome of that seminar. So I will prepare the structure, and based on that structure, I will invite the presentations. And based on the merit of the presentation, the presentations will be selected. And the NORDUnet, we shall seek NORDUnet helps for the technical and advisory support. So there will be, as you know, there will be 3 digital seminars. Each digital seminar will have 2 days. Number of sessions per day will be 6. So there will be 12 presentations, and each presentation will have 45 minutes. So we shall do it as per our target. I shall let you know about the targets and about the roadmaps. Then the distance learning courses, this is almost same, but the participating NRENs in this case need to mobilize their participants by ensuring visibility through web page, Twitter, Facebook, because we want students or communities from all countries to participate in the distance learning courses. And there will be promotional award for for all the candidates who will participate and who will successfully pass the course. We will award certificate. That is the first award we are giving. And the second award is more lucrative. The top 10 participants will be given with €100. We cannot give it in cash, probably €100. We can buy a smartphone with €100. Our budget is €100. So we can buy anything within €100. So our plan is to buy a smartphone or something like that. For each of the participants who will stand within the first 10 in the merit list, within the first 10, they will get each €100 gift from BdREN under this project. So I think this is a big boosting for the students or anyone who wants to participate in these courses as trainees. In this case, role of BdREN will be to identify the contents, to arrange the lectures, and coordinate the courses. A number of DLCs, as I have already explained, that there will be 4 DLCs. 2 of them will be with 2 weeks duration, and 2 of them will be of 4 weeks. And number of classes per week will be 2, and duration of each classes will be 2. So this will be done as per target, and the participating NRENs, they can come up with their lecturers. If they want to give lectures on any topic, I will share the topic with all the NRENs. There are handsome remuneration for the lecturer also. Each lecturer for 2-hour class will get €200. So this is the successes so far, okay? So I am proud to be a member of BdREN because you can see that the month-wise meeting, this is not actually the success of the official success of the project, because officially the project outcome is yet to start. These are all unofficials. So I have collected this data from Eric last afternoon, and thanks Eric for providing me this data. And you can see that in January, BdREN arranged 9 meetings, in February 44, March 96, April 132. We are very much comfortable with this Zoom software, and we arrange most of the meetings now in Zoom, using Zoom. And Nepal, they are also coming up. In March, they arranged 13 meetings. In April, because probably their account was created a little bit late. And in April, they organized 18 meetings regarding TEIN and LEARN. Probably they will be able to let me know whether they are not thinking that there are any benefits from arranging these meetings, or they are not getting used to it. I don't know. Probably we can hear it from their representatives. This is the full calendar of the project in brief. I have started from January 2019 till April 2020. So you can see that if we check the daily courses, there will be 4 daily courses, one in July, one in September, one in January 2020, and the last one will be in March 2020. If we see the digital seminar, there will be 3 digital seminars. As I have already mentioned, one will be in June, that is coming up. The next one will be in October, and the last one will be in November. And there will be 4 more workshops. One is going and 3 more. One will be in August, that will be in Dhaka. The next one will be in December, TTT2, that will be in Philippines. And the last one will be in Dhaka, that will be the sensitizing and knowledge sharing workshop. And the procurement issues, appointment of project staff already done. The installation of Zoom platform already done. We are pending with installation of LMS. Probably we shall do it in May. And the procurement of end devices, probably we can complete the whole procurement process by May 2019. So the upcoming event, the first event, that is the most important one and most critical one. Scheduled date is June 26, 27. Number of sessions will be 6, session duration 45 minutes. Remuneration per presenter will be €100. Now the activities involved are the structure of presentation that I am preparing, and the invitation. As soon as the structure will be prepared, invitations will be sent to established entrants and also the beneficiary entrants. Of course, beneficiary entrants will have their, we shall give you the platform to make you say something. Rest depends on you. If you are interested, you can say, or you can be listener, you can be the audience. So beneficiary entrants are requested to participate as presenter. That is my request. But beneficiary entrants must participate as an audience. Otherwise, we cannot, actually we will be moving away from the goal and objectives of this, of doing this project. So I earnestly request all beneficiary entrants to participate while these seminars will be on. So that's all about my presentation. If you have any question regarding the presentation, or regarding the status of the project, or regarding any issues of the project, I will be happy to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Tawid. Any questions for him?
I have a small question, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I think I have
been asking so many questions to Eric. Now, Mr. Tawid. This LMS, regarding this LMS, is it managed? Will it be managed by the admin or by the user?
No, it will be managed by BdREN. LMS will be managed by BdREN because we are doing this LMS not as academic course. We are doing this LMS only for the digital seminars and the distance learning courses. If the outcome is successful, if you are satisfied or if we are satisfied, we can share it with the institutions provided NORDUnet gives us the permission. Probably they will give it because it's almost open source. It's based on Modulo, so far I know. And NORDUnet is very kind-hearted.
So that means if we want to arrange some course through this LMS system, maybe then we can get BdREN support to arrange or something like that.
Definitely, we can provide you the support, provided we get permission from NORDUnet.
Yes.
But under this project, I think, under this project, as long as this project is on, we can share it with you once it is installed.
Yeah, I think that's not a problem.
Okay, great.
But let's get the LMS installed, and I think I would leave it in the hands of BdREN to admin it, and how also, because they're running the technical side of it. So let's see how far we can take it, and also how much work it will be on their side. So I have to talk to Mr. Tawid when we get it up and running. But I should not see any issues.
So there is no question, right?
More questions? Yeah, I have another question.
Yeah, we are willing to place server in Kathmandu for good connection of Zoom. So what will be the procedures?
Maximized. So if each of the NRENs install their platform inside their data center, then the notion or goal of the projects will be actually hampered. So for this project, let us do it, keeping it in BdREN data center, and next time you can think of doing similar projects, and there you can propose that, okay, the Zoom platform should be installed within Kathmandu. Am I right, Eric? If I'm not, please correct me.
I think, Tawid, we can do it kind of parallel, because it takes some time to get the servers up and running, and there are some customizations that need to be done. So I think it's a good idea right now that they start setting up, and you will still host all the meetings on your server.
Can you repeat? I didn't understand.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, I think we should do this in parallel. So it's easier for me when we're in this project now to support the different NRENs in setting up their own servers, so they get started. So if they want to run another project, I will be happy to participate, but then we're already one step ahead. We're still going to conduct all the meetings that are be hosted in this project on the BdREN servers.
Yes, that is the notion.
Yeah, exactly. More questions for Mr. Tawid? There's one more for you. Yeah, it's, you know who it is. So it's going to be a difficult question. Sorry, Tawid.
No. My question is very simple. How do you pronounce the project's name? For sure. I mean, the is it in Bangladesh or no?
Tawid, they are asking for the name of the project. fDLuDCy.
Yes, it's acronym of facilitating distance learning using digital conferencing facilities.
I mean, after you have the abbreviation, then
Nobody can pronounce it.
No, nobody can pronounce it. So this was, I think this name came up in the
Like your name, nobody can pronounce it.
no. And it was something that we made up in the first draft of the project engagement form, and it's just been stuck with us ever since. But I think it's a cool name because everybody talks about it.
okay. Anyways, could you share the presentation with us, because there's some updated on your presentation, so we can keep up with the schedule that you are presenting today?
So there was a question to you. Can you share the presentation amongst the participant countries?
Definitely, there is no copyright.
Good, thank you. They would like that. Any more questions?
And so based on the schedule, I think for the LMS system, it will be installed and tested by May, right?
Yes. So the LMS system will be installed on the BdREN servers during May. So I think when we got it up and running, BdREN will announce it.
Okay, so do we have to learn anything new from that new system, LMS?
So this is after we have our tea today, and after this session, I will go through the LMS system with you again that are also going to be installed on the BdREN servers. So yeah, there is something, but it's fairly simple, so don't worry. More questions?
I'm free.
You are free, ToT. Thank you very much for participating.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It was my pleasure, and it was my desire actually to participate, because I couldn't make myself physically present over there, but I need to know about the participants, and I thank all the participants for risking their life and to gather some knowledge. It's great.
Yeah, so just so you know, next time we're just going to send you.
Sorry?
Next time we're just going to send you alone.
I'm not that crazy to participate. Thank you, Eric. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
I intend to thank Dinesh and Roshan for their wonderful performance. Please convey my thanks to them. How was the dinner last evening?
It was really good.
It was good. Did you have Sri Lankan food, or what food did you take?
Sri Lankan food.
Sri Lankan food.
Everybody had Sri Lankan food.
Right? It should be hot and spicy.
It is.
And you should have turned red during the dinner time. Eric?
Yeah, but the thing is, as you know, I have a security with me, so all my meals are limited to 1 hour.
You have a security with you. What does it mean? He takes all your food?
Yeah, I have a bodyguard that follows me around 24/7.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
He is not supposed to take your food.
He's not taking my food, but I have a limitation on how long I can stay for a public place, and that's 1 hour.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe return to your country and to back home.
Thank you, Mr. ToT.
Take care.
Bye.
স্যারদের কাছ থেকে বিদায় নিচ্ছি। আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
Okay. So that was the update from the project office. I hope it was okay for you. I think we should grab some tea. I think we need it. Half an hour tea. Okay with you guys? Talk to each other. If you have any questions for me, grab me in the break here, because as I've said, I will be leaving around 3 o'clock today. So, yeah. Have some tea. We had some, I had some good discussions over the The tea break, one of the topics that came up was about this, about installing your own servers. Yes, I do think that you should benefit from these countries, those INRENs that want to install their own server, Zoom server. All meetings that will be hosted under this project will be invited by BdREN, and it will be hosted on the BdREN servers. So we will still prove to the project that what we're doing. So make sure also that, that when invites are sent out for this digital learning seminars, make sure to invite as many people in your country as you can. So students, teachers, everybody's interested in what we're doing in this project, invite them to join these digital learning seminars. They can then see what the benefit of this project is, but they can maybe also learn something because there will be some relevant content in those digital learning seminars. One of them I know will be interesting because it will be covering EDUROAM and federations, which is something that I know that you all either started with and are going on with, but I think it's, these are two very important things that have come out of our higher education community globally. EDUROAM, I mean, I go almost everywhere in the world, and I come by a lot of places now have where airports, train stations, they have EDUROAM, so I can just access. But even though I'm going in a city, I'm in Bangkok and I'm going down this street and I'm looking on my phone and it connects because I'm close to a university, right? So, and I don't know if you've been following, EDUROAM kicked out a Twitter campaign last year. I love EDUROAM, hashtag I love EDUROAM. And everybody, students and stuff like that, are commenting whenever they are traveling. So it's nice to see that, it's a good way to see that EDUROAM is really being used by students traveling around the world. Also the federations. Federation is not fun to have because it cannot do anything if you don't have anything to use it for. Zoom can be that, as people are saying, the killer app. We need something, a use case for having a federation. Zoom can be that killer app for the federation. So a workshop like that could be very useful to attend. Yes. He's doing two phones, right? Talking on one pictures with the other one. I'm like, what's he doing? You want another phone? Let me show you so we talked about the LMS system. So I'm just gonna run through the LMS system. I know you've seen it before because I also showed it when we were in Bangkok. I don't remember anyone else was in Bangkok, were they? No. Only you and you? No. No, not only you. Okay, that's good. So you're the only one that needs stuff repeated? Okay, this is unpolite. I'm with the back to you guys. So, one of the other projects I'm working on is it's just a purely EU funded project, but it's called yeah. Oh, on Zoom?
Yeah, on Zoom.
Okay, I will. Can you all remember my meeting ID?
Yeah.
I will join my meeting ID and share the screen in there.
Yes.
So we're gonna actually use Zoom now.
Yes.
Who would have thought? Maybe I should turn the volume off on my computer. Okay, you can now Anybody that can't remember my ID and want to log in and have the screen share? My microphone on or? No audio, no nothing. Good. Everyone connected? Otherwise, I can give you my number. But you could remember, it was probably in the join. Yeah. So as I said, another project, I'm the project coordinator of this project called Up to You, which we started 2 years ago almost. It's going to end this year, so it was a 3-year project. It's a 5 million euro project, and the proposal was that we wanted to bridge the gap between secondary school and higher education. Because what we learned, and probably also some of you would have the same issue in your institutions, is that when your freshman students start university, you would have all kind of digital systems that they will need to be introduced to. And we did a survey, and some of the institutions were telling it took up to 3 months for a freshman student to learn how to navigate all the systems that were on the university, because actually secondary school did not have any systems. And as I said to somebody yesterday, I thought that our kids would grow up and be very skilled with computers. They are not. They're very good at Facebook and Instagram, and that's it. Then they cannot do anything else on a computer, right? I have a daughter that's 19, one that's 23, and they have exact same issue. So we got this project funded so we could install, it is a learning management system, it's Moodle. This is what I'm going to install on the BdREN service. So it's just a simple, or it's an LMS system. One of the questions was why, if they could use it on institutions. And the thing is with this, it can be multi-tenant mode. So that's why I'm saying I'm not reluctant to say it cannot be, but it also depends on this guy that sits right there for BdREN, because he's probably the one that's going to manage it. And he's not looking at me right now, so I can point at him. Yeah. No, so it also depends on how much work it takes to set up those create accounts and stuff like that. But it's possible technical, but we need to see if it's feasible also to do it. It's Moodle-based system, meaning you need to log in to the system. We created a little, so you can use your federated login, you can use social media login, you can use Edugain, or you can use direct in. So this is something that we created under this project. I'm using my Google account here, if I'm allowed. I am. So probably you, those of you that have been working with Moodle know this. This is I did a small test setting up a course. So when you're a teacher like I am, have you all been working with Moodle before? So when you're a teacher, you put the edited feature on, and you can create categories of your lecture. You can upload content to the system. So I have been uploading a lot of PDF files to this system. So you can, my screen resolution is very high, that's why I can't read what's on the screen. So I'm just trying to click some buttons here on my end. You set up the different things you want have on each module of the lecture. So here I did the introduction and connecting to the Zoom service. I did the introduction to open source learning management software, the one that are right here. There are some course management, there are some tools in in the system, add new. So I create some new topics here. That means that I can add some activities into these topics. There are a lot of predefined things, so that means that in a topic in Moodle you can create, you can have a forum in there, you could create a wiki, you could upload movies, you can embed movies. There is this tool that are integrated here in this LMS system, which I was talking about yesterday, where you could put quizzing onto videos. It's called HP5. I don't know if you work with it. It's an open source tool, you can Google it. It's called HP5. It doesn't need to be into Moodle. You can create all kind of learning materials with HP5, all kind of interactive stuff. You can have a slideshow with questions on that you have to have the correct answer, and there's a lot of stuff like that. It's all embedded into this Moodle setup here. And to my knowledge, this is what a lot of teachers that are interested in online education needs.
So this one, this
okay.
one is now working as if I means this like Google Classroom or something like that.
Exactly.
And then again I can arrange meeting, host meeting. So this is when we want to do it, we go for screen share. First we have to set this one up in Moodle. This is in Moodle, right?
So as a teacher, what you do, you set up your class like this.
Blackboard or whatever.
Yeah. And what you then do is, there is something they call an enrollment code, which is a number. So you collect all the emails of your students, and you give them this enrollment code. When they enroll with this code, they will be a student, so they cannot do any editing in there. Only you as a teacher. They can just, what they see when they go in there is just the...
they can just download, they can just probably ask some question,
yep.
Nothing else, yes.
Yeah. So you don't screen share with them, you give them access to this before the lecture, so they would just have this open on the computer when you get into the room. You don't need to have this. So when you're doing a presentation, you created a PowerPoint presentation, you upload it there, and you give it on Zoom maybe or whatever, but they can then, if they want to, they can follow the screen share in Zoom, but they can also just...
So first they can download it from beforehand,
exactly.
When before coming to the class. It's
prepare
like giving your materials upfront,
yeah.
Like this. Yeah.
So they can actually, they have a possibility to prepare for what you're going to tell them. So the total, the good way of doing teaching and not the way I do it. So it's a LMS system, learning management system. It's a content management system of information that you need to give your students. You can then divide it in topics, and it could be, topic could be math, English, whatever, but topic could also be, you could spread out the class and have a, now we have to talk about algebra, now we have to talk about something different in math. I mean, anything, right? It's up to you how do you want to scale it. One of the things that we did to this tool is that now we're talking video conferencing, right? So we actually, I'm just going to turn editing off. So this is what it looks like when the students come in here. They can only click the different things. But we're talking video. And I know we're also talking about Zoom, and you know Zoom there's a license. There is this little thing, and why I incorporated this little thing that's called NOCFLOP or web meeting, or it have another different name today, I don't know, is that it's running WebRTC and it's free. There are some limitations to it though. So when you get access to this, you also get access to this little video tool, and it works like Zoom. I will also embed Zoom in there. So this, what? No, this is not up. No, but Zoom will work the same way. So you saw what I did is I from the activity where I choose what activity I want in this part of the course, I clicked the video link, and it said, let me go back again, and this is the same way it works in. I probably need to hang up down here somewhere. Okay. So this is what happens. I clicked that part of the topic where I had the video, and I've been directed to a page like this that says join the meeting. So if you students are enrolled to this course, they don't care if it's Zoom, if it's whatever video client underneath, because of LTI has already, they don't know what meeting ID, like I told you, do you know my meeting ID? The students will never have to know anything about a meeting ID, they don't care. So you can use random meeting IDs if you also, as a teacher, go in here and click yourself. Right? So this is what the students will see. And now it's a knockpop, but if it was Zoom that were underneath, it would be Zoom that opening underneath. That's it. Yeah. No, this is why I use this tool is because it's a tool that a WebRTC video conferencing client that's been created under a JR project. So I try to incorporate, because it's a European project, then I try to, everything that's been EU funded, of the tools, I try to embed in this system so we can utilize, and I can show to the EU Commission that they get money worth of their. It's free. Yeah. But there is a limitation. Okay. No, there's a worse limitation. So if you, it's running WebRTC, and the way it works is that it depends on the processor on your computer, and you have to retranscode everything. So when you're more than 5 people in a meeting crashes. Sorry? It is WebRTC client. This is Jitsi is a commercial product, but this is just it's like Jitsi, but it's just coded within our community. So yeah, it's a WebRTC client. But the problem with WebRTC is that there is a limitation. So when you're 5 people in the room, boom, the meeting dies. And that's why it's not really very good for education, right? WebRTC is really good that if you and I should have a quick chat, it's really good because we're only 2 people and it works, right? But when we need to invite more people, it dies. So, but this is the way any video plugin using LTI works in Moodle. So you as a teacher go in, you set up, I want this Zoom resource in this part of the topic, and your students don't need to carry about anything. Just click the button, join the meeting with you guys at the time arranged. Somebody's annotating.
Like something remote control, can I control your computer?
No, you cannot control my computer.
Yeah.
You're just putting an overlay on the screen. Yeah, nothing else, no. You cannot click my computer.
If you allow me to control the mouse, then you can allow.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you? I can't read it. Can you see it? Can you see this? No, you cannot see this on your screen. There. Oh, I have to. My system settings is set not to. Do you have access to my mouse now? Did I give you access? Try to request access. There's a mouse there and there.
Request remote control, this one. Yeah, request.
And then, wait a second, I have to click approve. No? Somebody clicked approve, I click approve. It's me. So now you're controlling my screen. So it's possible, but it's not the best way to do it. Yeah, I allowed everything. I have no secrets. So, but I know that the teachers in this room already knows about LMS system like Google Classroom, stuff like that. They would as you saw with this system, is that you really easy get familiar with the learning management system, because when you're in as a teacher, you create a new course. Yes, Zoom can be integrated with Google Classroom. And it can also be integrated with this. Everything, Zoom runs LTI, which is Learning Tool Interoperability. And a lot of the systems, a lot of services that are focused on education are capable of interop with this protocol. At least if you look at something and service, please make sure that the services you deploy on your environments are LTI compatible, because then you can integrate it in almost any LMS system and between each other, among each other and stuff like that. So it's very important. To create, if you're a teacher, somebody wants to have access over my computer. Let me so when I'm a teacher and log into this system, you see I have this thing here, and that says create course. If I was a student, I would get from my teacher, I would get an enrollment code. I will put in the code here, click enroll, and then I will be a student into this course. But if I'm a teacher, I'll click create course. I will give it a name, description, it can be shared in different categories, so you can create categories. I would think that on the BdREN setup we will create categories for each environment, for example. So that means that we can separate students that from TEIN can only see courses that are created under TEIN, or it could be down to university level if you wanted that granular. It can be done by subject, so we can make sure that every math lecture of all environments will be under the math subject. It could be, I don't know, but sometimes there are some language barriers that are, not everything is done so normally, even though we want to share content, it's a good idea to keep it national-wise, because there's this language barrier between some of the countries. And you could have maybe a category that was English lectures only. You can set a date when it's supposed to run, and description. Put up some materials. You say create course. So this is the course I just created. Now it's been created, and it looks like to me as a student, if I want to edit this course because I'm a teacher, I need to click the turn on editing button. I don't know, did I click the button? Maybe not. No, I did. So I can put an announcement in, I can have a topic. So the first topic would be, I would like video conferencing. Done, I would give it a name. Hi. Save. And then when my students enroll, the first topic they would see is hi. I will ask them to join this hi. I would write an announcement saying on Tuesday at 10 o'clock, please click the hi button. And they click the hi button, and it will take them directly to the video. And then I will introduce the course to them. And then I would create another topic with the materials that I need for this course. So that could be PowerPoint, it could be PDF files. I would create normally what I see is that a lot of teachers creating a forum where students can chat to each other. So they have kind of instead of checking it outside, but they have it inside the LMS system. And then they know it's only the students that can see this chat on this forum. And there are all these different tools that you can embed. And here's just, we have just in this embedded the tools that we thought were necessary for secondary school. And there are millions of tools that you can embed into Moodle. And there's a million of freeware tools. You Google Moodle and subscribe to some of the forums what teachers are doing. And there's it's endless what you can do. And it's freeware. And this will be, LMS system will be installed on BdREN, but it will mainly be used for those seminars and online courses that Mr. Tawit, he just talked about. But as I also said, technically it's an option to have make a multi-tenant mode and make one for Bhutan, a slice. But you're already running Moodle, right? And that means you can just embed Moodle in your own instance, or Zoom in your own Moodle instance. There's this LTI coupling. So however you want to use it, it's fine. Are we close to lunch now? 12:30 to lunch? Half an hour? Okay. Yes. I knew, that's why I waited. I knew you had questions.
Is that the screen that you are using from NORDUnet's server or different?
The joint meeting?
The up to you.
Up to you.
Yeah.
That's just a web page.
Okay. And
it's actually running at Poland right now.
I think last time in Bangkok you show like there's a website that anyone can go into and then
Exactly. It's just here. It's just the front page, right? I'm on my test instance now. You can see it's called test.learn.up2u. The right side, the production side is called learn.up2u, not test in front. But I think there are some schools that would be very unhappy for me to do all this on their production system. Because one of the things is that in the project is that you can benefit from each other's lectures. So all lectures that are created on this system is public. It does not need to be that way, so it can be scaled, but just on the project of this up to you thing is that everything is public. So there's a lot of Greek lessons in there you can see on the real website, which are maybe not interesting because they're all in Greek.
Just asking some other stuff. Sorry, that's already Jahid, he shared the PowerPoint slide of Taurid. So it says like training workshop 5. So this is one training.
Yes.
Then we'll have another workshop at Bangladesh, Dhaka, the evaluation. Then TTT2 and workshop on sensitizing, that's in April next year.
In Dhaka, yeah.
In Dhaka. So what's the 5th one? Like this one, kickoff meeting was also another one,
yeah,
right?
There's also a TTT3 is in, supposed to be on Philippines.
Philippines TTT2, I think.
Oh.
Kickoff meeting was the workshop also.
Yeah. I can't remember, sorry. There's way too many events. But of course that might be some of you guys, maybe you guys want to think about if because the Philippines in December is not confirmed yet. So if some of you guys maybe want to host an event like this, that is where you might want to think about or talk to people about back home. It is possible. Also, it does not need to be those dates, because I think I'm going to ask to have them moved, because where I come from and my family, they have on the 24th of December, that is what we call Christmas. And I know my wife and my kids, if I'm not back home on that day, I do not need to come home anymore. So I think we should move it up a little bit, so it's just late December. I don't know how holidays are in your countries, but think about it, talk to people back home. I think we need a backup plan for but I don't know. Yeah, no, but I think yeah, but that's perfectly fine.
That will be the same TGT, right?
More or less the same. So, as you have noticed that I'm listening very much to what you're asking me and try to turn in a direction where you want to go, because there's, as you know with Zoom, there are a million things we can talk about, and it's impossible to cover all the things. So, yeah. So, are there any questions around LMS systems, or I know you are comfortable with LMS? Ask these guys, if there's anything with Moodle or LMS systems, please ask these guys during lunch, because they're running this service already, so they know everything, right? 10 years, okay, so they have 10 years experience. So if any Moodle questions, do not look at me, look at them. But it will be available within the project, at least for the project courses. And I think also it's a good placeholder to have all the materials, have Mr. Tawid upload, instead of sending out his email, his presentation to everybody, upload it to the Moodle course, right? Yeah. No. And it was good, because I couldn't remember your name. But then I remembered I have a friend in Bangladesh. He told me, he learned me something about religion and your last name. So that was smart, right?
BdREN is also going to install the LMS on their system, according to the presentation.
Yeah, so BdREN is, yeah, I'm going to install it at BdREN.
It's going to be available for beneficiaries.
Yeah, so this is what we're discussing, and I need to set it up at BdREN first to see how much administration it will take to set it up in multi-tenant mode, because it also depends on how much time it takes for BdREN to do it, because we cannot occupy 100% of that time, because they also have other things to do. They also have universities that are running stuff. So let's see where we can take it. Otherwise, if you want to run Moodle, I will also be happy to, because it takes a small VM and it's very easy to install. So it's not a problem. I would also help you get started with that. Or I would ask you to collaborate with these guys, because they know a lot, because they've been using it for 10 years. So this is also why I think this project is good. So you should learn from each other. Now you know these guys have 10 years experience with Moodle. So I will also turn to these guys when I have installed Moodle at BdREN and say, how is a good structure for this? And then try to use each other for whatever. I think it's important. And also I saw that people came to you yesterday because they saw your, let me show you. Am I logged in somewhere? No. So, what I'm showing you on the screen right now is that the guy here sitting here from Learn, yesterday he thought that, hey, what can I do with this Zoom account I got? So he applied for that vanity URL that you do under the admin setting. When you have that vanity URL, it's called learn.zoom.us, so it's the coolest name I've heard for a Zoom account yet. But he very quickly just made sure he branded with his logo. So it does look like, now it doesn't look like a Zoom page anymore. He can actually also remove the Zoom logo if he wants to, and just have it branded like your NREN. So you don't need to talk about Zoom, talk about NREN video service. Learn video service. Yeah. So, I mean, so anything is possible, and it took him 2 minutes or something like that. So really, really important.
We are using e-class in NREN. E-class.
Yeah, NREN e-class, yeah. But you can brand it with that. I think only it will always be .zoom.us. So anything in front of that. So it could be, I don't know how many dots you can put in there, but you can try when you approve what would happen. But you need to approve. You need to apply for the vanity URL yourself, because it needs to come from your domain. If I apply it, they will reject it because I don't own your domain. But you own your own domain, so that's why it needs to come from you. So they have a Moodle discussion already over there. Okay, let's. We will. I think we will start. Have some chit chat, because I can see interaction is going on now. I think it's important. Let's do that for the next 20 minutes, and then we can break for lunch in 20 minutes. But have a chat. If you want to go on Zoom or whatever, do that. Yeah. Your phone's ringing again. All the time. Dinesh has been the most busy man while we've been here, right? Yeah, he's the host, yeah. I thought he would just be sitting here for 3 days doing nothing, but he's running around all the time. It has been perfect, Dinesh. You have to say to Roshan also, and to you, we are everybody here, I speak on behalf of everybody, we are very, very happy with your arrangement here. It is. Yeah.
You were not here again because we were not us. So he thanked you and Roshan very much.
Yeah. So yeah, so Tawid also, yeah. We told Tawid next time we're just going to send him alone. Okay, have a talk. If you have questions about Moodle, go to these guys. Zoom is here, or whatever video-related stuff you might want to talk about. It's come to me. If you have questions to me, come to me. We now have 20 minutes to chit-chat. Or check your emails if you need that. Guys. I just got the killer look from one of the guys down there. So the ones that are in my chat group, I send a message to, and that's an invite to a webinar session on Zoom. And you should probably, if you click that, you will end up in a registration page. You would need to register. If anyone is not in this group, you can come up to my computer and invite yourself, because I probably will not be able to write down your email correctly. You cannot register?
Webinar is over, so you cannot.
Okay, I think I can do something about that. Ah. Let me go into Zoom. Maybe I set the webinar for the wrong date or something. The date was set as the 23rd instead of the 25th. And it's 25th today, right?
Sure, like start at 11 a.m.
Can you register now? No? That's probably because of the time zone. Okay. Start this webinar on the 25th? Yeah.
It should be
If I start 4 in the morning, 4 a.m., and I set it for the duration of 24 hours,
okay.
will that cover it?
So you have to invite one by one, right?
Yeah, so what I did, I actually made a group on here. But the thing is that you did not ask me, so you're not on my list.
Okay.
Can I do this via email? Maybe I probably have to invite you another place first. How do I invite people to my system here? Contacts, of course. Do you see a plus somewhere there? Add a contact.
CHALERM. ERMPOM.
POL dot
Dot
CHARN SRI
R
SR
R
I
I
PINYO
oh, not the Y Y O
at
TEC, yeah.
dot or dot th.
That is the most easy email address I have ever seen in my entire life.
So I should go to my...
Yeah. Now you are invited, and you have to accept the invite, and then you will pop up in my, and I will invite you. I'll give you the invite. Could you register now? No? Oh, maybe I should, try to do the invite again. Is that what you mean? I'll do that. I save. I copied the invitation now. Yeah. Did the link change? Okay, it did. Are you on my contact list? Do I send it to you? Do you have an email that are as complicated as this?
No, it's very easy. How can I go to you?
I have to invite you.
Okay.
Or you have to invite me.
How can I invite you?
Plus, I think.
This one?
No, plus up there.
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
And then you have to use my email address, KIKKENBURT. Not this one. This is a wrong email address.
So
Can you add an email address?
Of course. Why not? Can I do KKNBURT, right?
Yeah, at NORDUnet. Yeah, but problem is that it looks like it's looking in your...
Yes, it's not.
Try to, you are in chat, try to go out of that. And try to go into contacts. Now try to add. And let's see. Add a contact. Now you are allowed, I think. KIKKENBURT. NORDUnet.
What happened? My battery got drained out
Oh, okay.
because I was with you.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. It says it's searching.
Yeah, and I'm there, and you said add, and I have to approve you, and I will then add you to this chat channel, because it's actually a channel I will leave open, so you can write to each other in this chat. Oh, I have to approve first. 1, 2. Oh, there, 3. Okay, I try again. That's you. That's the channel, yeah.
So we are joining the channel.
You are now invited to the channel. So you can hopefully see oh, okay, I'm already in another meeting. And that is true, probably because I started the other one, right? You don't see anything in the chat? Is that because you're added after I put in the invitation? I'll try to put in the invitation again. Could be. You got it now? Yeah. So that's because you were added after. You sent me a... Did you get it? Can you register now? You registered. Yeah, it's the last one I sent. That's the link that are the valid link. So because I asked you to register for this event, I log into my the web page. I go to my webinars. I can see that this is the one that is on today. There's the green thing, so that means it started the webinar. Down here, I can see that 8 participants registered for this. And this is where I got the information. So, yeah, I don't have my video on. Probably there. There. So now I'm the teacher, so I can put my video on, but you cannot. You don't have any possibilities to put your video on, and no audio either. So you can see the webinar starts in the normal Zoom client, so the one we had the meeting in, so everything looks and feels the same. So nothing changes just because it's a webinar. Only the features with the participants are changing, that it's set so I don't see any participants right now. Yeah. Yeah, so I can see that. If I go, I can see that right now because it popped up. So that means that you want to say something. So I can go in here. Will this come bigger? No, not really. As you can see in here, there are 2 things. The one that are blue up here says panelists. Panelists are the one that are allowed to have video on and can talk. And then there is the other pane here is called attendees, and they cannot do anything other than raise their hand, which somebody has done. But you can see when I click them here, I can either allow to talk, is the first button, or the second button here is more. And that means that I can actually promote them to panelists. So if I promote you to panelist, I do that with a few of you now. So now, because you could become a panelist, I want you to say something, I want people to see you. So now you become part of the panelist of the webinars that can speak.
So that means if we speak, we can speak.
Yeah. I could also, because if you raise your hand, I can also just push the allow to talk. You cannot put your video on, but then I can say, please say your question, and you can say your question without having video on. I prefer that when people talk in a online communication video tool like this, that we can also see their faces.
So when I am panelist, I can see others also.
Yeah. This is a good thing if you have students that are on really, really low bandwidth, like on their mobile connection somewhere remote, because they don't send video. So the only thing they will receive from you is the audio. So it's normally you will have more download bandwidth than you have upload bandwidth. So they can hear you and see you. So this is something to think about if you are reaching an audience, maybe in Bhutan or Nepal, who's in a province high up in the mountains where maybe the 3G connection is pretty poor or whatever it could be. Some can. You will be able to do. You are adminning BdREN now, so I will also make sure that you can do it. I don't know if you can now.
How can I?
I need to check in your user settings. I need to click something. The admin needs to do that. Yeah? No, you cannot do it yet. Right? No.
Only the admin can do that, or
Only the admin is the one who decides who have the power to do a webinar. Because Zoom charges an extra license for webinar. So that's why I added 5 webinar licenses to each account. The thing is, and as an admin, you can just, if somebody requested, I will have a webinar next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. You go in, you add it to him so he can do it in beforehand. Then the Thursday you go in and you disable the webinar license and you can add it to another one. So the webinar license is like a floating license. It can be moved to anyone in the system.
each admin now have 5
Every NN has 5 licenses for webinar, yeah. And also 5 licenses for large meetings. That means that you can invite 500 people to one meeting, which makes absolutely no sense. If I had 500 people, I would do a webinar, and I would make sure that I could not see any of them. Because 500 is way too many people to have in an online meeting. But this is basically, it was just for you to see. You schedule a webinar, you put a date, like it's exactly the same as when you do a Zoom meeting invite. So they try to make everything, so everything you do it has the same user experience. Also, it's the same client that's being used, so it's what you're used to do. So it's not something that changes a lot. So the only feature is that you can disable the participants from video and audio by default when they're coming in. And you can promote to panelists. And of course, when you're a panelist, you can also share your screen. That you cannot do when you are an attendee. And in here, I know that the attendant feature used to work. But you are a panelist now, so you can share your screen. But see, can you see, if you look on the screen, can you see somebody is not in focus? There's a watch next to them. You see it? I know it's not very... so that's the attendant tracking. So participants, yeah. And participants have the possibility also to chat to each other when they're in the webinar. So the students can talk, unless you set the feature where you don't want them to chat privately, so they can't talk about you during the meeting. But I mean, you are in a webinar, you are participants without any rights, more or less, right, for this. But I know you're the one in BdREN setting up meetings, so it might be good that you could set up webinars at least. I think that would be helpful for you. And also, then you know when people are asking you for a meeting, you also know what's the difference between a webinar, so you can talk to the persons that are requesting it, so you can try to analyze, do they need a meeting or do they actually just need a webinar? I think in a lot of teaching situations where it's a lecture, where if you have a guest professor that gives a talk for 45 minutes, you would have a webinar. But if it's the normal teacher, where you have discussions, you would have it as a meeting, right? So there's kind of the difference between a meeting and a lecture. And also webinars can be set up to live stream. So you do that in the web filter configuration the exact same way as you do with the meetings on how to live stream them.
So because I am a panelist, so somebody is raising hands. What can I do?
Yeah, that's probably something on your phone you cannot do. I think maybe that must be a limitation. But all I do when somebody raises their hand is I get a notification, and then I go to that user that has the notification of raising hand. You can see that too. I know you can't really see it, but if there is a here, there's one raising hand. I can, oh, he's gone. Here's one raising hand. I can allow to talk. And now this person can, Nerian, you can now enable your microphone and you can talk into the meeting. So that is how it works. And then you can ask questions, yes? Which nobody else, I'm the only one who sees this question, right? None of the attendees see this question. So when you did like this and put in a question, I can answer you directly back without anybody seeing it. Or none of the attendees can see that you put a question to me. I can now hear that I promoted everybody to panelist. Ding, 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 ding. So now everybody can, so now it could just be a regular Zoom meeting. Now there's no reason for this to be a webinar. Now it's just a meeting. But again, you know, with the webinar, you create yourself the registration page where you can, and that can that email, the link I sent you will be an email, and you will send this out to all the participants. And this page, where the registration page, you can put some information on that. This is a webinar about blah blah blah. It will continue blah blah blah. It will be recorded, so please be careful. You know, all that information you can put into that invite registration page, so you can give some information, and that normally you don't do on a meeting invite. Dinesh is busy today. Yes? Yeah, let me flip around. So you go, you log into your account with. No, you are not an admin, are you? You need to log in with your admin credentials. Yes, you go into users, user management and users. And then you click, which user do you want to add a license to? So you click edit. And you check off webinar. Now he got it. That's how easy. And you can also just take it away from him again if you want to, and then move it to another person.
I have a streaming, for a streaming, Facebook streaming link.
Yeah.
I requested you yesterday for streaming URL. Just I want streaming link to others.
You want to what, sorry?
Streaming.
Oh, streaming. Okay, you do that when you configure the webinar. No, so if you have a webinar, if you go to my webinars.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't add your license to yourself. Yeah. Did you? I don't think. Go into users again. Which one is you?
Yes.
So go into edit. Webinar. Click save. Now go back to webinars. It's up at the top. My webinars. Now you can schedule a new webinar. You can add all the stuff. Go down, go down, go down. It's all the things you can set, different things you want them to do or not. And you press schedule, yeah? Now your webinar schedule. Try to go down again. Now, live streaming. And there you configure it. Okay? Welcome. No, you don't have a license for it yet. So this guy that sits here, who's the admin, has to allocate the license. Sorry?
Only me is not connected.
Yeah. Okay. More questions about webinars, or are they just straightforward? Or you need to play around with it a little bit? I think some of the admins need to get a grip on it, and you that are not admins, contact the admins of your NREN. That means if you're from BdREN, you need to contact the BdREN guys to get the webinar license and let them administrate it. If you want a really, really hard password that nobody can crack, I assume use his email address because that's the most safest thing on the internet. Otherwise, I think I will invite Learn to the floor together with me, because I would like to, or we would like to thank you for being here and being very, very patient with especially me, because Dinesh did such a good job. He made sure we got good food and we had a nice place to stay, so thanks very much. I think I'm talking for all of us again. that we're very grateful for the arrangement you made for us. So you want to say something to... We have come to the end of the workshop. And I think somebody will attack me with questions maybe later. But maybe I'm lucky and running out of here. I will give you a microphone.
First, good evening to you all. So, thank you very much for being with us with the workshop of Train the Trainer program, the first workshop in Sri Lanka. And especially, I need to thank all of you to being with us because in this situation, most of all the participants were with us. And also, I would like to convey thanks to Eric being with us with this such situation and the supportive given by your company to be with us. Before we end the workshop, all the participants will get the certificate. Also, I think want to note that I want to thank BdREN, Bangladesh Research Education Network, for organizing, and the NORDUnet, Nordic Gateway Research and Education. I'm thanking them on behalf of our Learn Management. Before we end up, as I say, let's give participation certificates for all the participations. I would like to invite Eric, you to hand over the certificates to them.
Yep.
Starting with Thailand, Shamapal, Shemas.
Yes, you do the naming. That's fine.
Really sorry.
Yes, I didn't have to do that.
From Thailand, please give him a big round of applause. And Mr. Natankit Panitsatapon from Nektek, Thailand. Mr. Kencho Jileschan from Bhutan. And Mr. Sonam Jamatsho from Bhutan. Mr. Pramod Naishan from Nepal. And Mr. Niranjan Parjuli from Nepal Research and Education Network. Mr. Kandaka Rashandul Arfin from Bangladesh. Dr. Syed Galib from Bangladesh. Dr. Muhammad Babul Islam from Bangladesh. Mr. Muhammad Sajidul Islam from Bangladesh. Dr. Kamrul Hassan Talkuda from Bangladesh. And Mr. Senevratna Herath from Learn Sri Lanka. And Mr. Dhammika Lalanta from Sri Lanka Learn. Participation.
He was out all the time.
Yes, I couldn't learn Zoom. Maybe I'll get a private class from remotely.
Exactly.
Probably.
Exactly.
So, thanks guys. Thanks for being with us again. So I hope to see you all once again with kind of a workshop with Eric. And I wish you all the best and have a safe journey back to your home, back to your country. And I hope you enjoyed staying with us for these 3 days, and I hope you learn a lot, definitely, from Eric, a lot. So Eric, again, thank you very much. And we have a token of appreciation for you as well, for being with us. So this is from all of us, maybe.
Thank you very much. It's an elephant.
Hope you love elephants.
I should open it now, right? Yes.
Okay.
Or what? Should I wait or open?
Up to you. Anything.
I'm too curious.
Okay. So before you are leaving, the evening refreshments is arranged. So enjoy the refreshments and leave, make sure. Photograph, a group photograph. Again, yeah, let's have.
We did one.
We did one with Dr. Shansa. Closing ceremony. Let's have, it's okay.
Ah, which
With
certificates? Oh. Ah, nice. A coffee cup. Is Sri Lankan coffee?
Yes. Sri Lankan tea.
Sri Lankan tea. Yes.
And it's Sri Lankan tea, Ceylon tea.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Okay. And I know you will like this. It's coffee.
It's
Ceylon
coffee. Ah, Sri Lankan coffee. Okay.
It's beans coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And it's a notebook. Elephant dunk.
Yes.
So it's pure natural handicraft.
So you know, you didn't know, but elephants is actually my favorite animal. So that's my preferred animal. So you were very lucky here. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thanks for having us. I mean, it was again, totally perfect. Even though the circumstances were maybe not the best, but we enjoyed the time here, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Thank you.